Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking Real Housewives of Atlanta because the number one peach holder of the former husbands of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Peter Thomas, has entered the chat, you guys. Has entered the chat because he's obsessed with all things Porsha Williams. And it's a little weird. It's very weird. Like, please, these men that want to chat on the internet like this, like, make it make sense. What are we doing? What are we doing? So we've got to talk because Peter Thomas is coming out to defend Simon Guobadia, you guys, and trying to blame his age and trying to blame his alleged whatever condition that he was not in the right frame of mind to be with Porsha. No, Peter, when do you report to jail? When do you report to jail? Like, why are you inserting yourself into this foolishness, you guys? Why does Peter feel the need that he needs to be Simon's spokesperson, as if Simon isn't doing his own press tour as we speak? So let's take a listen, you guys.
I know you all hate when I fucking do this, but sometimes I just gotta speak my mind, you know what I'm saying? I just came home and I saw Simon post, and that was riveting to say the least. It speaks volume. First time he's actually talking. Now, right after in real life, when we all saw Porsha file for divorce, I talked to Simon immediately, and he told me that he was blindsided. So, a year later, he's still saying the same thing? And I believe him. I also believe he was targeted. I do. I don't care what nobody says. I believe that shit. Okay? And I believe that it's somewhat his fault. And like he said, he was in not the right state of mind, and he's guilty of committed, and he think that's something he wanted, and he thought it was real, and it wasn't. Okay? I'm sorry for him. I know what it's like. I was on that show. Simon didn't even make it to the show, to be honest with you. I was on that show for 8 seasons. And my divorce wasn't crazy and ridiculous as what's going on right here in this situation. Okay? I had a conversation with my ex-wife, and at the end of that conversation, I remember the date, May 8th, 2016. At the end of that conversation, what I said is that if we're not going to be together, I'm going to get in my car and drive to Charlotte, and I'm never coming back. After 4 hours of deliberation, as I put it, I didn't see nothing working out, so I got in my car, drove to Charlotte, and never went back. Okay? It's as simple as that. I even went on Wendy Williams' show because, the men don't have no voice on these platforms, so we'll get crucified. So I went on our Wendy Williams show, and Wendy gave me the grace, last show of her season, for me to have a voice. And I let everybody know I didn't want none from this divorce. Okay. When Cynthia and I was together, I take 15 to 20%. She keep the rest. Okay, I give it back in taxes on a project that didn't work out for me, so we filed taxes together. She got it back. Okay, some people don't know mathematics. I do. Okay, but anyway, I didn't want it to be messy. Bravo didn't even know for like several months that I wasn't in this household. I live in Charlotte. I never went back. Okay, and I wish her the best. Okay, and everybody can see how that turned out. I'm good. I hope that she's great. I hope that she's doing well. I don't wish her bad at all. But these things could get really fucking messy. I'm so glad that, I have kids and grandkids. I don't want them to see that. I don't want them to witness that. I don't want them to 10 years, 15, 20 years from now looking at me in that manner. So I'm glad it worked out the way it did with me. I walked away with nothing. I didn't want to fight about money. I know how to make money. I don't have to fight about money. Okay? But this shit is ugly. And for this man to say he was targeted for like $5 million, wow. Wow.
It's clear as day to me that Peter had no desire of turning himself in and going to jail and starting his sentence until he got to see Porsha Williams in all of her glory and finish out the season and finish out the reunion episodes. Because what is this obsession? What is this obsession? Like, what are we doing? And then this is the same Peter that commented on an AI-generated version of Porsha on The View and had all this spicy stuff to say. And then Porsha dropped the receipts that behind the scenes, Peter's hitting her up. Peter's hitting her up. Hey, beautiful. Hope all's going well. I always want the best for you. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But now it's time to be 10 toes down for Simon Guobadia. What $5 million scam, by the way, too? What $5 million scam are we talking about? Because where in the divorce decree does it say that Porsha is getting $5 million? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Simon is mad that he did not get an opportunity to thrive on Real Housewives of Atlanta like Peter did. But Peter is trying so hard to rewrite the narrative when Carlos King basically alluded to the fact that you allegedly were taking a portion of Cynthia's Real Housewives of Atlanta check. You keep saying the men don't have a voice, the men don't have a voice, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But you somehow convinced your ex-wife, allegedly, to take a portion of her Real Housewives of Atlanta salary? Make it make sense? Like, what are we doing, you guys? What are we doing? Why are all these people coming after Porsha right now while she's filming The Traitors? Where was this energy when Porsha was in Atlanta? Y'all wait till she's filming a reality show to talk all spicy, talk all this stuff on the internet. Porsha's team should have also made sure that there was a gag order. This should have been a closed hearing. There should have been a gag order. Nobody can speak on the divorce. Nobody can talk about the divorce, this and that, because Simon's not going to stop. And by extension, Peter's not going to stop. And anybody else that wants to come forward and talk about this. Like, this is why people drag y'all. This is why people don't feel sympathy. But here's my thing, Peter. Simon knew exactly what he was doing. Simon knew what he was doing. Here's the thing. He saw how beautiful Porsha was. Porsha was younger. Porsha has the fame from the show. And he wanted in. And he also was the same one that was taking Porsha everywhere, taking her all over the world, going on all these trips, trying to show her all the finer things in life. So he knew what he was doing as well. Trying to wine and dine her, say this is the good life. Don't believe those rumors on the internet that I'm broke. Don't believe those rumors on the internet that I'm a scammer because I can afford this, I can do this, I can do that. They each looked at each other and said, we see each other. You see me for the come up. I see you for the come up, right? But it's in different forms, right? Simon, you can't play like, oh my gosh, I was blindsided. I can't believe what has happened. No. You were upset that you did not have the opportunity to showcase your peach behavior on the show. That's what you're upset about. You're upset that you couldn't even get one season of trying to show all of your messiness and all of your glory and avenge Peter Thomas on this show. That is what you're upset about. That is what you're in your feelings about. It's not about this divorce. It really isn't. It's about the fact that your marriage did not last long enough for you to exploit it on the show. That's what you wanted, right? You wanted the lights, camera, and action. So now you're going to do a press tour. Oh, Porsha blindsided me, or Porsha, you know, I didn't know this, I didn't know that. But see, here's the thing. People like this who chat like this in interviews and go on these press tours, you don't get the sympathy that you're looking for. Because then people start to look at you and start to think that you're bitter, you have an axe to grind, and now you just want to humiliate and destroy somebody. Porsha's gonna be okay. The one thing Porsha wanted to do, whether this marriage was going to work or not, she didn't want to be in a situation in which the situation Cordell left her in, which was she basically had to start from scratch. So she wanted to make sure that there were things in place so that if this didn't work out, or when it didn't work out, that she would be secure. But my thing is, if you felt so strongly about this, why sign the original prenup in the first place? Like that's the part that, you know, for me, it's like, if you didn't like the terms of the prenup, why did you sign it? Like it's just weird. And it's not even a situation like Porsha took half of Simon's fortune or something like that, or his alleged fortune. We're really talking about 14 months of alimony has you this tight, has you this upset. Like, make it make sense. Just pay the lump sum and go. Why spend all the extra time and energy and stress trying to go on this press tour and convince people of whatever? You knew what you were getting yourself into. Porsha knew what she was getting herself into. And once the block got hot, Porsha skedaddled up out of there. And you can't handle it. You cannot handle it at all. But doing these interviews and now having Peter come out and do these, no. Y'all got to move on. If you got other things happening for yourself, if you got other things in the works, do that. But if you have to keep using Porsha's name to get into the algorithm, to get clicks and get views, it's giving you're not over anything. You're not over anything, and you have to keep using her name for content, for clicks and views. Like, make it make sense. Y'all, divorce is final. It's one thing for Porsha to do her interview because of the fact that that was a part of her storyline. That was a part of her journey. Anytime she was on Watch What Happens Live, anytime she was on a podcast, they would ask Porsha, okay, Porsha, is your divorce finalized? And she would say, no, I have to go to court, or no, court's been pushed back. So now she can give a final interview that's like, listen, looky here, since they still, you know, I believe the reunion might have filmed before their final divorce hearing and everything else. So now she can give a final interview. Hey, divorce is done. Here's how I feel, and da-da-da-da-da. And kept it moving. Porsha has not said anything since. But that's also because she's overseas filming The Traitors. But nonetheless, like when is this going to stop? It's giving bitter. It's giving you're more upset about the fame aspect of this, the fame and the attention and the opportunities that Real Housewives of Atlanta brings when you were on this show. You're more upset about that it couldn't be you at the red carpet at the BET Awards, that it couldn't be you at the Mission Impossible movie premiere meeting Angela Bassett, that it couldn't be you doing X, Y, and Z. So now, in retaliation, I'm just going to destroy Porsha. And it's funny that this is coming from Peter. Remember, was that season 5 or season 6? Where all the men were gathered around and they said they were all talking about who they would want to hook up with if they weren't with their wives. And remember, Todd and Peter and them were all like, Porsha. Remember that? It's given y'all still got a crush on Porsha. It's given y'all got her notifications on anytime a new post drops on her Instagrammies. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, y'all? Y'all got to move on. Y'all got to move on from Porsha because Porsha has moved on and y'all seem to not accept it. It's not Porsha that's dragging this out. Now Simon wants to tell his side and tell his side to anybody who's listening. And of course, Peter's going to back anybody up that is anti-Porsha. Make it make sense. But then behind the scenes, you're hitting up Porsha. Make it make sense. So there's that. That is it. And that is all. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post the content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.